Hi, everyone. It is Chasing Dreams Thursdays, and I'm your host, Lisa McLean, the CEO of Lisa McLean's Publications. And I'm so happy to have you here again another Thursday. As you know, we always start our show with talking about that one little step we made this week towards chasing our dreams. What was yours? Leave a comment in the comment section, please, and share with us so we can celebrate each other's victories and milestones. My little step this week was to tone back on the technology. Last week, nothing worked. Last week, I really tried to stretch myself too far. And in doing so, before I was ready, everything fell apart. Barely anything worked. So this week, I decided let's do it a little differently. So, trying a different strategy, and it seems to be working a lot better. So my takeaway this week is simple is better. That was my little little victory this week. So share in the comment section what yours was. So for today's talk, I had something completely different in mind. I wanted to talk about coaching and a special offer that I've been putting together. And I decided not to do that. I've been having some interesting conversations with friends and acquaintances recently. And I find that we are spending a lot of time exploring why they should write. You know, they have such amazing stories. And I'm like, you should put that down, you should share it. And they don't think there's any value to it. And so what I would like us to talk about tonight on Chasing Dreams Thursdays is yes, you should write that book. And here's why. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why you need to put pen to paper and share your story with the world. Reason number 1. And I'm going to share a quote from Patrice Washington. And it's a bit of a takeaway from this quote. It says, someone's breakthrough is dependent on our obedience. And I want to extend that concept of obedience and it just being if you have a passion, if you have something that's weighing on your heart, that's tugging at you, it's there for a reason. It's somehow tied into your purpose and you should answer that call. And why? Why should you answer that call? Because someone is going to benefit from your story. Someone is going to be encouraged, be inspired, someone who's going through a really challenging time, who's not quite sure how to put the pieces together, where to start in trying to make some kind of headway towards this big dream that they've had, is going to hear your story, is going to hear your blueprint and be able to say, wow, I could try that. Let me own it, let me tweak it, let me personalize it, but at least it gives them a place to start. So that's my number 1 takeaway. Someone needs to hear what you have to say. Someone needs to hear about your experiences. They need to know that it was hard, it was challenging, but you pushed through, and this is why you pushed through, and it was worth it. And it may not mean that you've arrived at your destination, but it's enough to be able to say to them, I'm a couple steps ahead. And if I'm a couple steps ahead, it means you can get there as well. And this is how we carry each other's burdens with that sense of encouragement and just encouraging and pushing each other along. So share it. Someone needs to hear it. My second takeaway, why else do you need to share your story? Because no one else can tell that story just like you. So yeah, you've got a story to own. It's not unique by any sense of the imagination. I mean, many of the struggles that we're all going through, whether it is embarking on the path of entrepreneurship, becoming a new author, becoming a new parent, starting a new job, starting a new course in university, trying to master math in high school, whatever it is, many of us have faced very similar difficulties. But you're the only one that can make it sound and package it in a way that will resonate with someone who needs to hear it. It will just click for them. You have your own unique voice and your unique way of packaging your story to connect with someone who needs to hear it. Chris Dew had the perfect quote today. I was following him on Twitter. He said, and I think it sums up what I want to say perfectly. Ultimately, everything that needs to be said has been said before, but not by you, not in your way. There's a person out there waiting to see someone like them speak in a way they can relate to. That could be you, but only if you take that first step Use your voice, show them. That's my second takeaway. Say it the only way you can. And my third takeaway is a little less sentimental. And this is where I put on my historian hat. In telling your story, you are documenting something that has happened at this point in time. You've documented a historical event, you've documented an important aspect of your life, but in the context of the world in 2022, you may be recording an aspect of your family. It's still set in a context, in a culture, in a time, in a space. And that is valuable because that's how we go back and we trace our heritage and we trace events. And it's not only just in the documenting of the event, but it's documenting the event from your perspective. Because history has to be analyzed through the lens of the persons who lived through the experience. And there are always multiple points of views, multiple perspectives. And it's only when in looking at the collective, looking at everyone's take on the same event, that we can really develop a holistic perspective on what took place. So that's my third reason that you need to write. It needs to be documented. Somewhere in history, this time should, whatever took place in this space needs to be written down so that someone can look back at it and a record is there and you can add to that. So my 3 takeaways: why should you write? Because your story is important and someone is going to be encouraged, inspired, and moved to act because of your story. 2, your point of view is unique. So your way of telling your story is going to resonate with someone in a way that's absolutely perfect for them. And they would not have heard it if someone else had packaged it. And 3, you're a part of history. So you should document what has happened because it becomes a part of the collective and our understanding of events and how things have transpired and unfolded to create who we are as a people, as a culture, wherever, as a family, whoever it is that you're documenting it for. So there you go. Do you need any other reason why? Follow that pull, that tug that says you should write, you should share what you have experienced. Someone is there waiting to read it. And if you need some help, drop me a DM, send me an email, iamlisamclean.com, and I can help. I can help you to put form together, to get you started, to get you finished, to walk you through the entire process. Let me know. Reach out. Happy Thursday, everyone. Have a great week. Remember, take one more step towards accomplishing those big dreams and goals. Have a great evening. Take care.